After over 3 hours of testimony and question and answers, the Bayonne Zoning Board of Adjustment postponed the vote on a Bayonne Community Center until March 14th at 6 p.m. After protests for and against the new community center, which is currently an abandoned warehouse at the end of 24th Street off of Avenue F, hundreds still waited in the main corridor of City Hall, hoping for an opportunity to sit in on the Bayonne Zoning Board of Adjustment meeting. The board spent the majority of the meeting allowing audience members to ask questions to those associated with the project. Wahid Akbar, secretary of the Bayonne Muslims nonprofit group, dealt with some hostile members of the crowd who were adamantly against the new center, which they regularly referred to as a mosque.
Do all the leaders in your congregation believe in Sharia law?
I have no idea.
The question?
Okay, yeah. It's not relevant. Okay, it's not relevant. He answered it. Do you have another question, sir?
Yes.
Okay, ask another question.
Would you be willing to see Sharia law imposed upon the people of your congregation?
I have no idea. It's not relevant to the application. Okay, he answered.
Are you going to have mosques like religious services within that building?
That's correct. We're going to have religious services within that
Now,
building.
I listened quite intently. You had 5 times to the prayer before. I did go on the internet and I saw that the first time that they called prayers before daylight. Daylight changes, winter, summer, spring, and fall. I want to know if it is going to be a call like you will see in other nations where they, whatever it is, and call.
Right. It's not going to be that.
Okay, I won't hear that.
No, and you can ask the police department in the city hall. They haven't heard it for the last 8 years. I'm sorry.
Akbar also faced some heat for not being able to answer questions about how much he believed this new space would increase the size of the Muslim congregation or how large the congregation currently is now. Board Chairman Mark Urban had to routinely remind audience members that this portion of the meeting was reserved strictly for questions, not for statements or to make speeches, with one audience member completely losing his cool at one point since he didn't believe the meeting was being handled fairly.
No valid question because my concern is...
What's the question?
And the other issue...
Not answering the question.
You should have the right to talk or not against the now.
Hold on. I'm not going through this all night. No, you wait a minute too, okay? I want this gentleman to stand there as long as he wants to and ask this gentleman a question. I don't want him giving statements because we're never going to get done here. We will. Okay, no, it's not fair to everyone here and the board. We're not going to continue like this. I'm telling you right now, we are not going forward. The next person that comes up here has to ask a question to whoever's there or we're not going on. Okay?
Jose Santos, the architect for the project, revealed that the maximum capacity for the building would be 308 people and that 216 seats and about 5,000 square feet would be set aside for gathering space for worship. Paul Anderson, the site engineer, got into it with Joe Wisniewski, one of the people who helped organize the protest against the community center, over the potential traffic and parking problem this project could create.
It seems like everybody recognizes that there is going to be a parking problem. Do you know of any other mosque or learning center or educational center, whatever we're calling this, do you know of any place else in the country that offers valet service for a mosque?
I don't know how that's relevant to this application.
Well, it's relevant because you're providing a valet service because you recognize there might be a parking problem. You only have 36 spots, and the mosque holds 308 people. The math doesn't add up here.
Well, we are certainly trying to find ways to minimize any impact to the community. So we have 36 parking spaces. We have, because some of them are encumbered by columns from an existing structure, we're trying to find ways so that the people attending the mosque don't have something happen to their car. We're also trying to find ways where the valet can actually stack cars to eliminate the need for on-street parking. We understand because we're applying for a variance for parking that we're substandard on parking.
Anderson also stated that the project was outside of the FEMA flood zones, that the land in question did not have any issues with contamination. After over 3 hours of discussion, Urban said that given the fact the board has a policy not to hear testimony after 10 p.m., the meeting was adjourned at about 9:35 p.m. A special hearing on the matter was then scheduled for March 14th at 6 p.m. I'm John Heides with the Hudson County View, the eye of the community.